Pressed it now.
Hello. Welcome to the Simply Together show. We are back after having 1 week off. It's warm again. It's warm again, which Nikkei loves. Although there was a little bit of a grey sky a minute ago, but it seems to have gone. So, how is everybody? We weren't here last week, so we didn't get to talk about the football, which was
that's what made you ill, isn't it? It was a thought of how to talk
it was the football that made me ill. Yes,
you were like, oh my god, I've got to deal with that the football now.
What the hell was that 6-4 business? What was that? Seriously,
because there was nothing to lose. There was free. It happens all the time. It's a sporting psychology thing. It depends on how you. My husband says, well, what difference did it make? Because France put out their B team. But he has that kind of view. Whereas I look at, that's not relevant. You play the best you can against who's in front of you. But
to be fair, ours wasn't at 18, was it? Really?
Well, I think it was a better team. Actually.
It may very well have been a better team. It wasn't the team that we had been using in stages 1, 2, and 3, was it?
Yeah, but do you consider those people to be their A team?
No, I'm just saying that's what other people have then said. That wasn't necessarily the team it wasn't the team that we had already been using.
Oh no, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was better. The attitude was better. The way they went about everything was better. They didn't default to type. I don't know. I just
okay. When we got to like goal number 4, I just thought, are we literally just going to sit here and watch them just knock these goals in one after the other, and it's just going to get really stupid? But ultimately, yes, 6-4, and all I can say is the final serves the Argentinians right, to be fair.
That's putting it mildly. That is absolutely putting it mildly. Because not only was it a result, as in it serves that lot right, it was the result for football. Yeah, it was just mad.
Yeah.
But notwithstanding, with that being said, I think you're going to hate me now.
Oh, God.
I still think... No, because I was really annoyed with that manager, whatever he's called, because I do not understand how he really thought with the team that we have and the way we play that we could defend a 1-0 lead by putting all defenders on the pitch. It wasn't going to happen.
Has he still got his job?
I should hope so. You can't sack him after one tournament. I mean, it was very annoying.
No. This is football. They sack them after 1 minute. They just look at them. You only have to look at them wrong and they're sacked.
Not national coaches. No.
As I said already the other week, I'm a fair weather football fan. I watched it.
I did laugh though. So I'm not going to lie, because with that one of the 6-4, obviously I watched some of it on repeat because I watched the 4 goals and then I fell asleep. That had nothing to do with the football and everything to do with the fact that I was a little bit burnt out. But then when I saw what had happened, I just thought to myself, Cecile said it. Will they be able to score any more goals? And now the first one got to score 4 in one match. That was that. And the other thing that I repeated on repeat was when you said, Nick, I need them to win. I'm like, why? You said, because I don't want to be talking about 1966.
1966. We're still talking about 1966.
There's no...
Still. 1966.
We were bound to, because it was Argentina versus... Although I personally go back to the Hand of God version. But yeah, I just...
Anyway, the football's done now. Done and dusted. The tennis is done and dusted. And I don't know what else is on. Commonwealth Games is
on right now, and there is a lot of stuff going on with the GB team, so they're doing well.
Really? I haven't really
followed
that. In a good way.
In a good way, yes. In a good way.
In a good way. You see, this is the thing. I'm sorry, I'm going to reference football one more time, but it's not particularly about football per se, because I didn't know what Shelley has just said. And I find it really annoying that I didn't know. It's not just because I didn't watch it. You didn't have to watch football to know what was going on, right?
Yeah.
But there you go. Team GB have gone there. They've delivered the goods. Where's their celebration? It's like, I know Taekwondo is not big in this country, but notwithstanding, again, the two girls from my club went to the World Cup there. They came back with 5 medals between them.
Wow.
That was just the two in my club, not to talk about the actual official squad. And we don't celebrate the wins enough. We're always focused on the one that we can't get. And it's so annoying.
The one we can't get and we haven't had since 1966. Yeah,
exactly.
That one.
But there are very few people that have won it multiple times. We're not unique. We're not unique to have only won it once.
Yeah. So we're on day 5 of Commonwealth Games. Australia always do really well. Always do really well. They've got 26 golds. We're in 2nd place on the medal table with 9 golds. And Scotland are in 4th place with 6
Commonwealth. Yeah. How's Canada doing?
Canada are 3rd with 7, and Nigeria are 6th, are 5th with 6 golds. Sorry.
Oh, Nigeria,
UK, Nigeria. So why aren't you celebrating?
So yeah.
See, look.
It all does depend on which sportsman.
I can't put the things up because I've got no. I can't. You need to move Janet's response up because I can't do that now.
Yeah. Hang on, there you go.
See, 60 years of hurt. 60 years of hurt.
Yeah, 60 years of hurt, but the women have won major competitions.
Yep.
The Paralympics we always do really well. There's so many things that we do well in. I'm sorry, I am not a fair weather football fan. I love football, but let's be frank, we do better in other sports, and we should celebrate the ones that we do good in. That's it.
Having said that, then, how are you then, Nikkei? Are you okay?
I'm exceptionally well, thank you. I'm getting ready for my holiday. And
where are you going?
The weather's at Marrakesh for 5 days. So I'm very excited. I know. It's really good.
Very nice. Nice.
Yeah, work is hectic, it's mad, but life is good and we thank God. So yeah.
Good. Shelley, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm diddling along. I had hubby at home last week off of work. So he went back yesterday, so all is good. And the nephew Jake is currently Copenhagen. He's doing the last thing that he can do, because as viewers may know, that he's done his Gold Duke of Edinburgh and his King Scout Award. This is a explorer belt, so you can wear a particular belt buckle. And he's gone with, I think it's a group of 5 in his little group. So he's doing Norway, Sweden. What's the other one next to it? Norway.
I ain't got a clue. Geography was not my thing.
No, same.
I can't think. Norway, Sweden, Denmark. Denmark is the other one, obviously, because it's Copenhagen. It's good that what's through me,
Because you said Copenhagen, and I thought it was Denmark, but then when you asked that question, it just didn't come into my head.
Yeah, so he's travelling through. He has to do everything by public transport or hiking, and so he's seen some of the sites. He's going to some of the touristy places and not so touristy places, and he then comes back. So he's got the 10 days out there. So he's then back then for the weekend. Oh, fun! Yeah,
fantastic. Good.
How have you been, Cecile?
I am no TJ. I'm good. It's the most expensive month ever. I've just paid my tax bill. I've got the gas man here for a leak outside the house. I've got a gas man coming tomorrow for a leak in the kitchen. And then the car needs its MOT and its tax and service. So I'm going to be broke. I'll be looking for a handout because I'm going to be broke. But do you know what? I'm just taking it as it is. What can I do? What can I do? It needs to be done. They all need to be fixed.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. Other than that, I'm fine.
Yeah. Oh, I would say at least you can.
There you go. At least I can. Yes. Well, I'm hoping I can. We'll see.
Don't worry. If you need a handout, you know the type of handout you can get from me. My door is open, my freezer's full, my food, my cook. There's plenty of food.
You're going to be away. You're going to be away
for 5 days. You're not going to starve in 5 days.
I might. You don't know that.
That's not possible.
We're not going down that road. I could. Anyway, we have a guest here today. We're most probably going to have another one coming on as well. But we do have a guest here. Shelley, do you want to come on?
Yeah, he's just changing his
clothes.
Camera.
Hello.
Hello. How's everybody today?
We're all good. How are you?
I'm having an expensive month too as well.
See, it's not good, is it?
No. I handed the car in yesterday just to get the brakes checked, and honestly, I have to pay because the car's not going to stop when I get to the junction. That's how bad the brakes are.
Throw an anchor out.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was a motivator, believe me.
Yeah. Not good. Cars. Yes. So, you're here. You've got something to tell us, but start off by telling us who you are and what do you do?
All right. Well, my name is Sumit Maroon, and I grew up in Tin Town in Luton.
Did you know? So
I did.
I'm a Tin Town girl.
Yeah. Oh, hello, Shelley. Willerton Road. I grew up in.
I was Upwell.
Upwell. I know it well. And at that time I was growing up, a famous family, the Freighters, were living there. And
Yes.
I used to hang out with them all the time. And then they got posh and moved to Eaton Valley Road.
We got out the road, yeah.
Yeah. And then I went to Ashcroft High School on Crawley Green Road, which was a good school. And then I went to Barnfield College, and that is where I bumped in the refectory. I bumped into a punk rock band, and that for about 2 years had me head off in a punk rock direction. So anything I write, and I love things like Lovers Rock and all that, but when I actually go to write a song, I can't be that smooth. There's this injustice and social justice bursting out of me, and it comes out in almost a Johnny Rotten with reggae style.
Excellent.
Yeah, and then I got to a point where my mum looked at me and went, "Why other boy?" And she then took me down to Westside Centre and signed me and my brother up to the army. So I disappeared from Luton for about 12 years. But like a magnet, so like a magnet, Luton drew me back, and I've been in and around. I've travelled the world. And I've got so many experiences, but in general, everything I see and do, I tend to write down, and I've always put it to music. But over the last few years, I've started to perform it and to bring it out. So, so that's me.
Do you know, you are the only person that I have ever heard of who was taken to Westside Centre, to that shop there.
Yes.
That ever then ended up in the army. I just, do you know what? Nobody ever went in there. Nobody went in there.
I wouldn't have gone in there either if it wasn't for Gloria Simmet. Yeah. She grabbed me and my brother by the ear, because it's only when I went back. Yeah. It's only when I went back to St. Elizabeth did I start to understand in Jamaica that a lot of St. Elizabeth folks sent their children to either the army, the Defence Force, sometimes to the US Army. It's like a tradition. The sons get sent away to different forces, and I understood it a bit more. So
what was that? what was the rationale behind that tradition? Do you
I don't
know?
know. I'm not sure. I think it probably was discipline. It probably was a certain regimented way that maybe I'd go on and do something, and I'd think in a certain way that would benefit the generations going forward. I
Yeah.
would imagine that was the thought process. I
Yeah.
didn't quite agree with it. I have to say, I didn't agree with it at the time.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. That's long gone now, isn't it?
yeah.
That's no longer there.
No, I think Chicken Kitchen was next to it back
My
back in
mum
the
worked
day.
there. My
Yeah.
mum worked there. Yeah. Back in
Uh,
the
the,
day. That's when, yeah, my mum worked there.
the first
Way
southern fried
before,
recipe. Oh, wow. There you go.
way
We're all
before
linked.
all of our chicken shops and everything else. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we're all linked, aren't we? We're all
Yeah.
linked in Luton. We are. And yeah, so that's the kind of little piece on me, in the fact that to announce on Saturday, the 1st of August, which is the beginning of that week that leads into Jamaican Independence Day on the 6th, we have a Maroon Freedom Festival down at the George II between 2 and 8 p.m. with live reggae music all day long. Of
Wow.
course, yeah, from 5 different entertainers. That's Ryan Fraser, that's Paul Wilson, Tom Strawn, and with Tom was singing ska and reggae even 15 years ago before this current wave of musicians. Tom was out there on his own trying to get his word across with his band Semi Skimmed. So it's a privilege to be on stage with Tom. And we got Edward Ishmael King. Of course, we're headlining it, and as you can see by the name Simit, yeah, and the St. Elizabeth Maroons, you can see the link why the band's called Simit Maroon. Yeah, and
Right.
yeah, and so throughout the day, you're going to hear music, lovers rock music, all kinds of heritage reggae music all day long. Soul food will be there, of course. No jollof rice, but there'll definitely be rice and peas and chicken.
That makes a change. I'm going to miss out.
You never know. There might be. There might be. And yeah, so really, kind of the concept of Simit Maroon more is we kind of zoom in on. It's like it's become a movement. If you look at our audiences, you can see there are reflections and inflections of people who've suffered injustice, disability, and that could be mental health. People who've been told that maybe they're not good enough and started to believe it. I'm sure we've all been there in our lives. Workplace bullying, all those kind of things that cross over into our lives. And one of the songs, which you guys will like the title, called Big Up Yourself, it talks about don't ever walk away, don't let them win. Just when they think you've had enough, that's when you begin.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
So
like that. Just when you think you've had enough, that's when you
Yeah.
begin.
that's when you begin.
Yeah.
And there is a feeling that as we do these songs, all of them originally penned. I've written all of these songs, but they touch the heart of maybe some of the things I've been through in my life, some of the doubts I've had in myself. But then they've formed a reflection with those in the audience, and they come from everywhere, and they're going through all different things. But that's the last song we do, Big Up Yourself. And if it's almost like the old punk pogo, they are jumping up as it's pouring into them, jumping up in the air, shouting, Big up yourself, big up yourself, big up yourself. Yeah.
That's what we need. That's what we need nowadays. At the minute, it just seems to be, right, okay, where's the next wave of look coming from?
Yeah.
That you just have to take, all right, okay, we'll go along with that. All right, yeah, we'll go along with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then losing yourself.
And many of the things you hear on television, whether it's by world leaders, hold on, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But we're in this zone now where we just go, oh, okay. Even though it quite clearly, if we spent a year of our life to disprove it, we'd get all the facts together, but we're exhausted. We just go, okay, all right. And so, yeah, a lot of this and part of, I'm very proud to have the lineage of being a Maroon, although I believe that I take that from the St. Elizabeth side and believe that everybody everybody, wherever you come from, at the sight of injustice, start to have a conversation with yourself. Start to say,
Yeah.
no, I'm better than this.
Yeah.
Whether it's that HR manager that's pushing you down and telling you you're on your third or final written warning, or whatever it is, you have to have time to reset, because you're going to walk straight into all of these traps, and then you're going to come out feeling very, very unworthy. So a lot of this captures also the journey through, like the Windrush situation there. That had to go on pen to paper,
Yeah.
because of I'm sure you guys have covered that whole subject on this show so many, many times, but it can't be forgotten. And that's why part of my deal is to put it to paper, and that's a very, very strong and accepted song. Being part of Maroon like lineage as well, you even go back 200 years ago, even in those areas of slavery, and 200 years isn't that long, right?
No, it isn't. It
You
isn't.
only have to go back to, look, none of us were born then, but the beginning of the First World War,
Yeah.
in 1939, then just rewind 100 years back,
Yeah.
and that's when the Abolition of Slavery Act happened. So there aren't many generations who've lived since then.
And you're right about putting pen to paper, because we, as in the Simply D's team, have published 2 books in lockdown about lockdown, and everybody's. So the first book has got 21 of us in it. Yeah. So we've all written a chapter all about our experiences in lockdown, and everyone's was different in some way. And you've got to put these you have to put it pen to paper, because otherwise it gets lost.
It does. It does get lost. I think when you put the pen to the paper, it's more of a commitment, isn't it? And it's something.
Yep.
Well, they say the pen is mightier than the sword, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I have to get that book. Where can I get it?
2 books. We've got 2 books. We've got an inner lockdown and an outer lockdown.
Outer lockdown.
D's got some.
I've got one to hand. Yeah.
I've only got one up here, but D has got some. So I'll make sure that D arranges to get them to you. So your daughter,
yeah,
is Kirsten.
It's Kirsten Knight.
Who we've had on the show.
Yeah.
Many a time.
Yes.
So you are uncle to Miles.
Yes, I am. I am indeed.
Who's going places.
He's going places. He's holding a big torch up for the family and for Luton to Miles.
My daughter went to school with him.
So
when he came down, not the last time he came down, the time before that he came down, he went in, they were taking pictures, they went into the Checkers, and there she is, and they're like, oh, what the two you doing here? What are you doing here? You know, catching up. But you were saying about you lived.
And you know that my cousins are the Campbells as well, yeah?
Oh, God's sake. Of course.
It was the Campbells who brought my family over.
Wow.
Who did the paperwork, because my father, he was the cousin of Deacon Campbell.
Yeah.
And they filled out all the forms because he didn't really want to do the forms. Without the Campbells, we wouldn't be here.
See, so you was meant to be here. But that connection from where you live to where Shelley has lived, to where your family are, who your family are, the connections that we have within Simply D's and everything else as well. It's just, I just think that's Luton, isn't it? That's Luton.
Yeah.
That's our town.
Well, I've said that many a time about boxing, because each of the big factories that were in Luton always had boxing teams. They had their teams for all sorts, but it was a boxing thing, and the army connection as well. But you get that with music as well. Through the years, Luton has had a lot of musical people there, because it is such a huge range of different backgrounds, so different sounds that you're hearing all the time, to have that full mix. So even sort of like Paul Young, for instance, he was in Vauxhall, he's worked in there.
Ashcroft High School.
Ashcroft High School, yeah. I was a Stopsley girl, sorry. But it was something that, because you're picking up all these different sounds, it relates to what you would hear and how you mix things and how the sound comes out of places like, I mean, like places like Luton. It is, we've had so many different bands over the years and all sorts of different backgrounds. It's like
there's
soul
there's
and
lots
rock
of
and
music. There's lots of musicians. There are actors. There are all sorts. Luton has produced, you know, an abundance of people who have gone out there and actually made a name for themselves, and they're
Yeah.
and, you know, it's still there. It's
And
still
that goes into sports, the footballers that come out of Luton.
yeah.
My belief, I don't know if I'm taking this too far, is I believe in this wonderful town called Luton. It seems to just come out of the ground, out the pavement, and it pours into people's soul. It literally does, because we're special people.
Yeah.
And if it's misguided and I could name a few folks who are from Luton and their message I don't necessarily agree with,
Yeah.
but if it's misguided, it still has the same force. It still hits the headlines.
Yeah.
We're a serious set of people. We're a serious set of people.
Okay,
Certain
so
people that
DK,
talk now about Luton know full well what Luton's like, and we've said it before on this show that he was completely different. He knows where he's come from. He's just now reacting to what he then gets. But he's just saying what he knows he's going to get reaction. He knows
can
a lot.
I just say he was not born here. He was
No, he
not
wasn't born here.
right.
He
So
was,
he's just taken this as his, and now he's a. But anyway,
yeah.
Nike's screwing up her face. Do you not know who we're talking about? We're
What,
not giving him the airplay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes, him. Yes, him. Yeah, him. So, Nike, you have come. How long have you been living in Luton?
Since 2001.
And what is your feeling of our town?
Oh, I'm definitely a Lutonian now. You can't get rid of me. When I first moved here, we moved here because, well, it was financial, really, if the truth be known. There was no romantic reason, although I do believe there were aligning signs in my life that meant I was going to come here. And initially, it was hard because I had no reference points for how I was. I was always going back to London. I went to London. My family was in London. And then I think it was in 2006, I went to Canada for my brother's wedding. And I came back and I just thought, well, actually, I live in Luton now and I'm going to do this. I found a hairdresser. I found where to get my everything. And that was it. That's when I started doing taekwondo as well. And yeah, and that's it. And luckily, I found my way into Simply D's. And now I go somewhere and I'm like, oh, don't I know you? Haven't I met you?
So, yeah.
So, yeah, I feel at home.
It's a pleasure to meet you and to have you as a Lutonian.
Thank you.
Absolutely, okay. Absolutely.
I mean, what you've described is what Luton has always been about, that it is, they migrated, both sides of my family were to do with working on farmlands and things like that. And it was, if you watch anyone that's been a generational coming into Luton, it's because they've come in because of factories for work, for certain things. They lived in certain areas. And yeah, Will's family is exactly the same. They moved closer to Luton because that's where the work was.
Yeah.
And I think it's and we have talked about this before, you know, how people have then come to be in Luton, and you're going to know the same as well, is because my dad came from St Mary's in Jamaica, as with his
big up.
Yeah, St Mary's in Jamaica, and with his siblings, and then there were cousins and there were friends, and they all lived in that area, you know, and they all came over and lived in an area, you know, and then it's only as the years have gone by they've slightly moved out or even moved to Bedford and things like that, but they all came and they all looked after each other. you know, and people worked at Vauxhalls, or they worked at Skeff, or they worked at Eastex, and all of those things. And I think it can still feel like that.
Yeah.
It still feels like that, you know, because people are still here. So I George II is a pub that I've spent many a night in.
What with the Ray and nephews?
No, that stuff just mashes me up. At the age that I am now, I know not to even bother smelling it, because it just mashes me up.
Well, they make that in St. Elizabeth, you know.
Well,
dark rum.
Dark rum is my thing, not that firewater. No, but I have spent many a night in the George, especially when they've had their Scar event. Sadly, I'm not around on Saturday. I'm annoyed now. I'm not here on Saturday. But when you do the next one, then I will be there.
Yeah, and there will be a next one. We're hoping that this would be an annual thing, and it'd be good. George II would be happy to see you back there again. You know that.
Yes.
All right. But it would be lovely, as it's going on from 2 p.m. You know, it's quite a sociable time.
Yeah.
Finishes at 8. It would be lovely to see. I can recognise you all now. I'll be looking out for you.
I'll be down.
You'll need a very long telescope to find me.
Where are you going to be?
I'm going to be out of the country. I'm going to be in Marrakesh.
She's getting on a plane.
I've been there.
The food.
I've been there. You're going Old Town.
The food from Top It Off. Excellent.
You're going Old Town, Marrakesh, or New Town?
Do you know what? I'm not really sure, actually. I'm just following my family.
Old Town. You've got to go Old Town.
I've been to Old Town. I've been all over Morocco. The last time I went, we went on a 2.5-week holiday, and we landed in Marrakesh, and it was a coach holiday. So we got our coach, and we literally drove round the country. We went down like that and back up again to Marrakesh for the last 4 days. It was really good. It was really, really good. And then I came back and went into lockdown. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now that you've mentioned that, I will hopefully one of the days we could do that. Yeah, because it was fun.
It's chaos, but fun.
Well, best places that are fun are chaos, really, aren't they?
Yeah, that's true.
Hiya, so Kirsten, how you doing?
Oh, we got Bob on as well.
Hi, Bob. How you doing?
Hi, Bob.
Hey. Could I just hello, Bob. Could I just mention the Simit Maroon Band? Because these guys are very, very much involved in social justice, but they're also absolute well known throughout the global musical industries, and they give their time to be in that band. You've got on the saxophone there, you've got Aaron Liddard, who used to be the sax player for Amy Winehouse, Prince.
Nice.
And so you've got Dean Mark on bass, who travels the entire world with every celebrity going playing bass. You've got Marley Drummond on the drums there, who absolutely these are A-list players. You've got Paul Williams, who plays globally as well. So they give of their time. And on backing vocals, you have my daughter, Kirsten Knight.
Nice.
And all these excellent performers give their time to carry a message and to convey a message of social justice. And I think it's just wonderful. Nobody's looking for big paydays or any of that. They're going out there in their free time and saying, okay, we can't really be taking on any of the larger organizations in the world because it's not healthy to do that, but we can use the stage as a platform. So that's pretty much the DNA of Simit Maroon.
Excellent. That is brilliant.
I'm down on my own because I've messaged a couple of my friends. They were like, I don't know. I'll just go.
just tell them that Reggae Land is going to cost them £100 odd. And on the same day, the Maroon Freedom Festival is free entry. Just tell them that. Compare the money.
Yep, compare the market.
I'm not even doing Reggae Land this year. But anyway.
Are you not?
No, it's too much money and it's far too busy and everything and all of that business.
It's commercial. You've got Burna Boy as the top act. That's not a reggae act. It's got a bit commercial.
Burna Boy is Afrobeat, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh, that's where you're going, is it?
I'm so proud of you, Dad. Oh,
See,
that's
she's so
nice.
proud of you. So proud
Oh.
of you, Dad. That is lovely. So that music then runs in the family.
It runs right through the family, and if I take it right back to, obviously I haven't met the family from the 17th and 18th century, but if you have a look at what some might argue, but if you have a look at the history, then you see at that particular time how how it was well controlled by the Spanish and then the British, but the Maroons, what they did, because they were brought across on the slave ships, they immediately escaped up into the Blue Mountains.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the right time, they would come out the mountains and they would attack the foreign forces.
Oh
And
my
then they would go back in.
Right.
And yeah, and ultimately, in the end, it was Queen Victoria that said, we can't do anything. So give them their kingdom. And that was a start of the beginning of freedom. So even in those times, when all the odds were stacked against them, they escaped into the mountains, formed their own towns, own villages, and then came down and took on the oppressor. In the end, the oppressor left. Also, to highlight the fact that when my mum and dad came over in 1955, Jamaica had the Great Britain Union Jack as
Yeah.
the flag
Yeah.
of the country.
Yeah.
It was only until 1962, on the 6th of August, that it came down. So there is very much that it's not just Maroon spirit, it's Jamaican spirit, it's people spirit.
Yeah.
That we're irrepressible, and going back to just when they think you've had enough, that's when you begin.
Yeah.
And it's pouring this that came out the pavement in our town, Luton, into those ones who may be feeling crushed at that time, and for those who are feeling strong to further ignite them to go on. And that's pretty much what that day's about, with all those original lyrics. I know we all like to hear the tunes that we heard before, but these are very catchy tunes played by brilliant, brilliant musicians. So it's going to be a bit of a day.
Love it. Love it. Love it. So, musician and social justice campaigner.
Yes.
Where did that come from? Why are you a social justice campaigner?
It's always been there. Injustice, I think it's the same for you guys. I can feel it. You can feel injustice. You don't need to see it. And even, dare I say, as a soldier, I could spot injustice in our operating procedures. If we were doing something and somebody was behaving like they shouldn't, I could spot that. But if you look at it, and I quote myself, and there'll be many people who will back this up, I believe I was the first black punk rocker in Luton around the time of the Sex Pistols, around about 76, 75. Why would I do that? Why would I have all the black folks looking for me saying, who's this guy calling himself Flash Gordon, wearing a steam iron around his neck and with pins in his trousers? He can't do that. He's running around. They were looking to knock some sense into me, you know what I mean?
I
So,
love it.
yes, I was always breaking the mold. And I was always, regardless of whatever, if I was walking down the street or wherever, if I see injustice, I am hovering around to try to find a way to deal with this. It could be anybody who's crushed, broken, or being ridiculed. I will get involved. Mate, some might call it silly. I'm not going to be the first guy to walk into like a National Front pub and say, right, no blacks can come in here. I'm going in for a pint. And if I don't come out, then at least I've stood by my principles. No, I'm not that far into it. If someone volunteered to go in before me, I might just
then you
ask
might
them
go in with them.
Well, if they come out, then I'm going in for the next pint. But
That's funny.
I'm not going to go that far as to put myself out there. But what I will do, I'll take a note of things that are going on, and no one under my watch, wherever I am, no one will feel alone, because I'll be around even if I don't introduce myself.
It's really interesting because so we had so last year when there was a lot of that there was a lot about hate racism, etc.
Yeah.
Love music.
Yeah.
And one of my friends he's in a couple of bands, to be fair, up in Milton Keynes area. We
Good
had
guy.
him on because they were doing an event in Leighton Buzzard about love music, hate racism. He is in a punk band.
Yes.
And I go because he's my friend.
Yes.
He's my best friend's partner. But when you go, you know more of those songs than you would actually, realize. Because punk was around. Punk was there. And if you are of a certain age, even if it wasn't your music, you know those songs. You know those songs.
And the punk people at the time who were writing those, they were heavily linked to the reggae people.
Yes.
Heavily linked.
Yeah.
And the essence, what we put in the mix, as well as the thyme and the little herbs there, and the jerk sauce, we sew into our music, and that's why we term it as punky reggae music.
Right.
So there's an extra Scotch bonnet in what we do.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I love that reference.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
And I'm glad you go to those punk gigs. Go on, keep going. Huh?
I do because I love their band anyway, and I love music. My music stretches over all. I will listen to reggae, I will listen to ska, I will listen to lovers rock. But I will also listen to popular music, if you want to call it that. There's lots of things that I will listen to. Am I gonna put my hair up in a whole load of Mohican? No, I'm not. But I'm still there.
Well,
I know the words. I know the words.
Oh, because back in the day, I would have converted my afro into a Mohican, but sadly, it has longer.
It's gone now. It's gone.
I leave Ryan Fraser to do that because he's got the proudest Mohican in the whole town.
See, it's
How does I have to, every time I ask, it's like, how do you know how high up your spikes are? Because the amount of times you go through doors, and I think,
yeah, they must touch the door frame sometime. Yeah, after all that gelling, you don't want to get the Mohican on the door frame. No.
That will,
and I agree with Bob. So Bob's put the specials were awesome. That they were my favourite, and always have been. Have been. Yes. Because they're what they talk about. One of their songs. It doesn't matter if you're black or if you're white.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of their stuff is about
social justice.
Yeah.
That's basically where they are, and I love the specials too. But Bob, if you have time, you'll feel those rhythms in what we're doing. You'll also hear a little bit of the Naya Bingy, or maybe you feel the Naya Bingy. The Naya Bingy more is what those Maroons used to give messages from the mountains, i.e., look, the troops are coming through this track now. Withdraw. It could have been a high pitched noise. It could have been a knock on the drum. Okay, attack now. Set the ambush now. And in good reggae and ska music, they are Naya Bingy tones fused inside that music. So as much as the specials were doing that Naya Bingy sits inside Simic Maroon as well. We carry that baton as well.
Excellent.
Yeah. There's so many people that they've heard one thing to do with music and everything else that, I don't listen to that. I can't listen to that. But if for me, music is more how you're feeling it rather than it being an actual genre. Just like you were saying, Cecile, that you could go from completely different genres of music, but if it's got a good beat, and weirdly, I've worked out recently, if it's got an instrumental bit in the middle and then goes off somewhere else, I will feel it. And it could be that it is jazz. It could be, quite at the minute, it's normally like a soft rock, kind of go into my 80s era. But I could quite easily then listen to anything else. And it's just that I love the rhythm and the different sounds that you then get. when you've got something like that. So I would never ever then say, oh, I won't put that on because I'm not listening to that. It's quite often I'll get a huge array of different music that I could listen to, which is a pain when you're in the car because the amount of times you're flicking through trying to work out what you want to listen to. But
but
That's
isn't that a musician? Isn't that
yes.
Sorry, when people say that, well, I only like this and I only like this and I don't listen to any of that, they're not opening themselves up.
No.
You have to open yourself up to hear.
Though, because I was just listening to what Shelley was saying, and I'm not going to lie. If I were to go downstairs now and say I'm going to put some music on, that type of music is not the music that I would reach for. However, if I was out and about and the music came on and I was having a good time, it's the music. So I think sometimes when people say that, I don't think they're really actually considering, because it's very easy to say, oh, I don't like this or I don't like that. But like you said, having said all of that, I will go somewhere and the music will be playing. I'm thinking, oh, and then I'm like, oh, I know that song. Why do I know that song? And and then you listen to it and it's fun and you kind of bop along. And then you go on to the next thing.
Yeah, I grew up doing dancing from a very young age. My sister was ballroom dancing and I did ballroom, Latin, disco, the works. So I would always listen to a beat to work out what the movement should be, what it is you're supposed to be. But then I can listen to things and pick up the different beats, like a bass, for instance. A bass drum is doing one thing and a bass guitar is doing something else, and I can listen to both beats. But people go to me, oh, what? That's not different. And I'm like, yeah, listen to that, and that's doing that, and then that's doing that. It must be my ADHD. I've been listening to things so like too many times. But yeah, I will pick up different beats and the different things.
Yeah.
And sometimes I will get complete goosebumps when I hear something just right. And it doesn't have to be a particular note or a sound or anything.
No,
it's just the whole feeling of I've picked up everything all together. Which quite often, if you see me dancing and then I stop dancing, you've caught me. Whatever that band's doing, you've caught me, because I suddenly go with what that's doing and I'm immersed in it.
I love that.
That's wonderful.
That is just,
And you know that Shelley touched into that connection of the spiritual world there. Because the stuff, don't just hear the music, feel it.
Yeah.
And then you get transported. And that's why being an advocate of live music and something that was discussed by Nikki there was if you see that live, if it's not doing anything for you in the room, if you stood in front of that band playing live, you'd get it. You would get it. And recorded music can't transport that particular feeling.
But that's the thing. When I went to the what's that thing? The party in the park that we had that year, I didn't know any of the bands. Well, apart from the big famous ones. But I didn't know anybody there, and I was listening to the music. But like you said, it's the vibe and everything that goes along with it. And then you find yourself, I don't know, I just found myself swaying and dancing. I'm to myself, I don't even know what they're talking about. But it was fun.
Live.
It's like you said, you just felt it because it was live,
live music.
and it was there.
It has. I don't know. I'm just an advocate for live music. Just always am, and I just think you feel, you can hear and you can then feel. So my son plays the bass guitar.
Oh, wow.
And he plays, not so much now, but as he was growing up, left school, he would play in those heavy metal bands.
Yes.
So you've got 6 foot tall afro, and he's playing the bass, and he's doing these what do they call them? That screaming and shouting music. Right. Yeah. So I used to go and watch that. Obviously, I go and watch him because I'm going to watch him and his friends. So you go and do that. But actually, I could hear, because it's music. I can hear the drums. I can hear his bass. I can hear the guitars. I don't know what the words are. I have no clue what they're saying. But you can hear the music.
Yeah.
And that's what that's about. You can go and listen to anything, to be fair. you got to listen to it and you got to feel it. It's that was interesting. That kind of music, that was interesting.
With like a thrash metal kind of.
Oh God,
yeah.
Very heavy, very heavy. But
and you know what? If you'd have put that into, and you know what? If you'd have put that sound right with a reggae lick on a guitar, it would have fitted as well. It would have brought it round and give a different inflection. So that, oh gosh, what you guys are saying is just my dream. That's my food heaven.
Right, so we have literally only got 5 minutes left, so let's just read that again. So it is Saturday, 1st of August, 2 till 8, George II in Luton Town, the Maroon Freedom Fest, full day of reggae, ska and live music. There is food, right? There's food from Top It Off, right? It says food, it's free. It is literally 2 minutes walk from the train station. The buses are down there as well. You don't need to take your car. Hello, Trisha.
Keep it coming. This is
Hello,
good.
Trisha. Don't need to take your car, right? Because there's public transport. And George II is a lovely little pub. You know, it is.
George II was always my last pub before having to walk up over the bridge and then up to Tin Town.
Was it?
I'm not walking up High Town because I'll end up in another pub. I'm not doing High Town. I've got to walk up each road.
Those were the days when everyone walked.
Yeah. Well, we used to go from one pub to the next pub to the next pub to the next pub, and then
all with that mobile phone, and you could just find your mates because you knew where they would end up being because depending on what music was on which pub.
Yeah. Exactly. So
can I just big up the acts? Can I just big up them acts one more time? Yeah, Ryan Praser, big up Ryan Praser is going to be there singing live and direct on the day. Paul Wilson, big up Paul Wilson. Tom Strawn, man, Tom, I can't wait to see you again. Edward Ismail King, big up. I know you've been through some issues, but you're back, man, and everyone's waiting for you. Simit Maroon, headline act. Boom, boom. Yours truly, live and direct. Could I thank Frankie Praser for putting this together? Frankie Praser. And Bob Baker, man, who's always mentored us in every way. And please, guys, come down. You don't want to go Milton Keynes, all that. Come down to the first Maroon Festival down at George II.
Yeah.
The first of many.
On the 1st of August, on Saturday, between 2 and 8. Sorry, I repeated it again. Your bit was better than mine.
No, that is fine. That is fine. We need to quickly say what we've got coming up, Shelley.
Yes. So tomorrow, going along the same kind of like the like Caribbean-y kind of lines, I suppose. We've got the Caribbean Day that the Orange Pitch Club is doing at Luton Library Theatre. So that is a completely free event as well. They've got the funding for it. So you've got stuff that's going on during the day, and you've got the 2 films that are on there as well. So yeah, come down to Luton Library Theatre. All the links are in the chat and everything else. If you want to then make sure that you're booked in for the tickets for the different films.
So the films are 2 o'clock is Cool Runnings.
And the second one, I can't remember what it was. Pressure. That's
Pressure.
It. So it's got 2 different versions of a very Caribbean-esque. And we're welcoming anyone that if you want to come down Caribbean style, like what you're wearing and stuff, because you have got the team there from Luton Carnival as well. So they're going through Carnival in Luton through the years as well. So and still with the same kind of theme, we've got our own special screening of Milestone, Streets Paved with Gold. So this is a film that comes from the original screenplay that was then out there that he then. So he's going around particular places with the film. And of course, we're going to have a whole afternoon of that. So there is going to be a special Q&A with the writer and a few of the other team. There's bound to be song and dance and pretty much everything else that's going along with that as well. All the pre-tickets have sold out with a special price, but we've got it down quite cheap anyway. So that's a nice afternoon.
Wow.
Come for that. And then we're bringing back the Black Bookcase in partially with Reader Wear. So the Black Bookcase is anyone that's from Caribbean, African heritage, that if you're a writer, bookseller, publisher, illustrator, and anything to do with the arts and crafts. I think Dee would like 50 people in there, like sort of selling stuff and bits and pieces. There's going to be the food as well, obviously. And yeah, so they've got the kids section as well, because we've got quite a lot of young entrepreneurs that've got their own little businesses and stuff. So yes, so we're looking for vendors. There's a form to fill in if you look on our link tree, and the tickets are available as well. It is free entry. She's gone mad and done it free again, but you do need tickets to come in, because we do have to monitor exactly who's coming in and out, because we're at the sixth form college. So it's all free parking and everything else there, so that's all good, and it's nice big space, nice bright space. But yes, we're bringing that back, so that's going to be a good one. So there's plenty of stuff to get going on.
Yeah,
good
there
stuff.
is a lot. There is a lot happening, but watch this space. But tomorrow is the cinema, and get your tickets and get down to the cinema. And then on Saturday, you need to be in town, right? You need to, whoever's around, you need to be down George II. It is going to be much better than Reggae Land, and it's going to cost you not even a third less than that. It's going to be so much less than if you go there, right?
When you got
it's going to be free. It's going to be free.
Free entry, and then cheap drinks,
cheap food.
Yeah, and a bit of food, soul food and tea. Yeah.
Exactly.
Music.
Thank you for coming on. Thank you for coming on. It's been absolutely amazing having you here. We will be back next week, everybody, at the same time, and we'll see you then.
Enjoy Marrakesh.
Enjoy holidays and school holidays.
Enjoy Marrakesh.